Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard products number 4N DKB. The number 4 is an aluminum extrusion. The N means that you're going to get this insert, the TPV insert. The DKB stands for dark bronze. So the 4 is a stop strip. This is a piece of material that can be used in different applications. The ones that immediately come to mind are, of course, the one that immediately comes to mind is the intended purpose where you're going to apply this to the top of an existing saddle threshold. You want to create a bump up sort of functionality to your threshold is really where you're going to use this. And that's it. There's an image down below this video that shows that intended purpose. However, I've sold this to people for a variety of applications, namely stop strip on your threshold. Then I've sold this to people as stop molding around custom-made windows, building custom hopper, custom casement windows that close, and they want to have a nice seal, a real good piece of aluminum. Nice seal to close up against, and that's how that's going to work. Okay. Dual weather stripping and stop mechanism is the other way I see this. I don't really see it installed in any other of those two ways. You could also use it as a threshold. I've sold this to people who have kitchen and enclosed sunroom, but that's not heated. Northern climate, pretty brutal in the winter. Doors over a linoleum floor, 1/8 of an inch margin at the most between the bottom of the door and that existing floor. Small little piece to put down on the floor to seal that during those cold months, which is like all but 3 or 2 in that northern climate, speaking from actual experience. The 4 is a piece of a family of these items, not that there's that many. Dimensionally, the 4 is 9/16 extrusion-wise, plus about 1/4 inch on the insert. So you're going to be pushing 13/16. The thickness of the piece is 1/4 inch. Okay. There's a link below this video to a document called product brochure, maybe? Yeah, product brochure, indeed. And that will show you the 4 compared against the other family of these items, namely the 2, which is same concept, a little taller, and then the wider version, which is the 700, and that 700 is used in the same context and might very well work out for you if you have an unusual application where you want to install it. I've also seen the 700 installed where someone has used it as gasketing and they want to apply the strike plate from a rim exit device over it so that the weather stripping is continuous. No break in the weather stripping. I've seen it installed that way as well. Same concept if you think door closers. Now, if you're doing that sort of installation, don't order the 700 for it because you would want something that would be a solid bar of aluminum, and National Guard certainly offers those. Because you don't want to tighten the screws down and crush the weather stripping in or the stop. The 8136, that's just a piece of raw aluminum that will be extruded and will be finished, and that's all there is to it. The 4 and the other products are available in the DKB, dark bronze anodized. If you take that off and just leave it as the 4 or the 4N in this case, you are then dealing with the mill aluminum finish is what it is. Now, the 4 is listed in the website in lots of different lengths, everything from 2 foot to 8 foot. You can have longer lengths. We just don't currently list them because the cost to transport that material is generally prohibitive. But if you need longer than 8 foot, reach out to us. We'll be happy to help. If you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and indicate in the comment field the net length that you'd like for us to cut the material back to. And that will save you the trouble of not only cutting it, but drilling the hole. Okay, So if you had, this is a 4-foot piece. If you had to cut that down to say 42 inch, you'll eliminate that countersink that's there. The next one's all the way over here. The screws, and speaking of that, they're a machine screw in a complementary finish. Probably 1032 would be my guess. Those might actually be 832. I'm going to go with 830. They call it a number 6 machine screw. Yeah, that could be a 632. That's awfully small. Don't drill and tap anything until you can confirm what that is naturally. Although, tapping is probably not what they had in mind with that. Because this has a thread forming end on it, I can see. Sorry for not just immediately pulling it out of the packaging. Let's do so now and study the screws. I would imagine that might be of interest to you. You can see there's a small taper on the end of that, or on the front of that. Yeah, these are thread forming screws like you would have with hinges, where there's a slot cut in the length of the screw at the tip, so that when you drill the hole and you're threading it in, it's tapping the hole as well, and that slot cut in the side of the screw allows you to remove the material that you are literally cutting into. Okay, so thread forming screws, like you would see on a hinge, in fact, is where you'd see a thread forming screw. Okay, now, so if you ordered a custom length, we'll save you the trouble of cutting it, but also countersinking that hole, give you the proper distance from the edge and the proper center to center as well. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the National Guard products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the National Guard products number 4N DKB stop strip or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.